National Building, Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker, I present my compliments and warmest greetings for the people of Nema County Electoral District 2, in which we remind this august body of its constitutionally enshrined oversight responsibility for ensuring good governance for the sole purpose of peace, national unity, and reconciliation. Against this background, I recommend the indulgence of the Honorable House of Representatives to invite the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs to provide a comprehensive list of appointed cabinet ministers along with the committees of origin to establish whether Section 10.2 of the Executive Law captioned quote unquote the appointments of cabinet ministers from all counties is being observed relative to the ongoing appointments of cabinet ministers in the current administration. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, the reference Section 10.2 of the said Executive Law states, quote unquote, as far as practicable, the President shall appoint at least one member of the Cabinet from every county of the Republic. Hence, it is imperative that we closely monitor the ongoing appointments of Cabinet ministers in compliance with the above quoted section of the Executive Law. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and distinguished colleagues, the capitals of the above provision of the Executive Law were backed by Chapter 2 of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia, captioned, quote unquote, general principles of national policy, specifically Article 5A and 5C of the said Chapter 2 state that the President shall, Article 5A, aim at strengthening the national integration and unity of the people of Liberia, regardless of ethnic, regional, or other difference, into one policy, and the legislature shall enact laws promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in the government. And Article 5C, take steps by appropriate legislations and executive orders to eliminate sectionalism and tribalism and such abuse of government resources, nepotism, and all other corrupt practices. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, it is pursuant to those provisions of the 1986 Constitution of Liberia and in line with the above quoted section of the Executive Law that Section 59.23d of the House's rule was derived. The House giving the Committee on Good Governance and reform the oversight responsibilities on the matters on transparency and accountability in government, as well as geopolitical balance in the appointment of individuals in government. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, the oversight power that the Constitution has given to this honorable body, if and when accordingly and appropriately exercised, will go a long way in ensuring that our people enjoy the beauty of democracy as a government by the people, of the people, and for the people. With pride, esteem, and sincerely crave your indulgence, I respectfully submit. Best regards, Honorable Nyan G. Flobo, Representative Electoral District 2 in Nema County. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of a communication from the Honorable colleague of District 2 in Nema County, Nyan G. Flobo.
With a reading on the communication from Honorable Flomo, what is your pleasure? Honorable Marcia.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and fellow colleagues, having carefully listened to the communication from my colleague caseman from District Number 2, Liberia County, and considering those facts and articles quoted in those communications, I feel it's necessary that we exercise our oversight responsibility by allowing the executive or whoever responsible for such appointment, come over to this body to make sure that we have clarities on some of those issues flagged in the communication. As such, I move if I can obtain a second, and we give at least 2 minutes to the proponent of the communication to further elaborate on the issues and then subsequently for best legality action.
It has been moved and seconded that we open the communication for a few minutes for a brief discussion. Are you ready to move? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Honorable Flomo, you have the floor.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, we are all seated here today based on the beauty of democracy. As the governance system, our chosen by our forefathers who established this country, that in order for democracy to prosper in this country, the issue of participation in government is cardinal. The democratic principles of participation is also supported by Chapter 2, General Principles of National Policy. Those provisions, according to Chapter 2, were quoted in my letter. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, in recognition of this, our predecessors, who were presumably descendants of American Liberia who founded this country in 1972, in line with this constitution, came up with the executive order provision that said each country should be entitled to a cabinet minister, at least a cabinet minister. So when you're appointing, the president is appointing, give each country one cabinet seat. After that, you want to get the rest of one cabinet and go ahead. That's what the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, also our predecessors of the 53rd National Legislature also recognize this fact. That's why one of the mandates of the Good Governance Committee and the Committee on Good Governance and Reform says that it will exercise oversight on matters on transparency and accountability in government as well as geopolitical matters in the employment of individuals. While the Constitution of Liberia gives the President the appointing power in government, the same Constitution is very prescriptive on how this appointment should be done so that we can have national unity. If the towers, the hearings, the coupons, and so on, started in 1972, and by law guaranteeing the rights of the Flomos, the Topas, the Gays, and so on, the cabinet ministers, who are we? The Goons, the Kofas, the Falas, have to uphold the principle of participation and inclusion in the government. Thank you so much for listening.
Time of the gentleman has expired. Honorable Flomo, and this goes to Honorable Kolova and Honorable Ability. I know you think we should drag everybody here every time, but this is just one question. Can we just ask the minister for a letter to give us a list of questions? I mean, do we have to drag everybody here when we have one question? So no information denied. So it was the chair inquiry to the proponent If it was suffice, if the minister just wrote on and say, yes, it is a cabinet, yes, the county of representation. Wouldn't that Honorable Yeke, you out of order though.
Honorable Speaker, what I want is information.
Right.
If that information is provided with each cabinet minister's countries of origin, they can inform us as to whether this law has been observed or not. So even if it's communicated with
the chair will seize everything and instruct the chairman or executive to please communicate by letter through the chief clerk to the minister of state to provide the information to plenary within 1 week. Next. Yes, I went there once. Next.
I present compliments and bring you patriotic greetings from the peace-loving people of Electoral District 1 Great Bassa County. Honorable police, I would like to draw your attention to the challenges faced by the people of our country relative to seeking treatment at the various public health facilities across the country. Distinguished police, the public health facilities was constructed to help protect and improve the health of citizens and their communities. But citizens continue to complain that they experience difficulty in seeking treatment as prescriptions are usually followed by exorbitant charges, something the citizens describe as being exploitative. In view of the above, my highly esteemed colleagues are ready to seek the indulgence of this honorable body to invite the Minister of Health, Dr. Louis M. Koto, to come and tell this august body whether the public health facilities across the country are fees for service or are totally free. Kind regards, sincerely yours, Honorable Isaac G. Bonning, Representative Electoral District 1 Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, also reading of a communication from the Honorable colleague, Isaac G. Bonning of District 1 Great Bassa County.
With the reading of the communication, Honorable Chair on Health, can you please, through the Chief Clerk, write the Minister of Health and make inquiry as to whether or not the government facilities in the country are free for service, and have that letter read on the floor as a response within a week. Next. It is already done. Next.
Honorable Councilor J. Speaker, the Honorable House of Representatives, 55th Legislature, Capital Building on Rural Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker, subject, bureaucratic bottlenecks existing within the Liberia import and export sector. I have the honor most respectfully to present sincere compliments. I read to crave the indulgence of plenary to investigate the intricate bottlenecks currently existing within the Liberian import and export sectors, which have resulted to a consequential strangulated effort to the Liberian economy. Mr. Speaker, I found the entire local supply chain process to be extremely unfavorable and in deep contrast to an economically viable system which we all envisage. A consignee or shipper is expected to pay an import or export duty fees to its supposed destination inspection company known as Medtech Scientific, who appraises his cargo for duty payments. And concerning our shipper, again pays a set of additional fees to another company called Global Tracking Maritime Solutions that serves a similar purpose. After going through the long procedures from these companies for several weeks and payment of their fees are made, a final appraisal and determination for export duties will now be made by the Liberia Revenue Authority. Anyway, exposing the importer or exporter to a huge demurrage eventually incurred at the APM terminals, who only allows a free storage window for 5 days that unfairly includes weekends and holidays. Adding to these sets of charges, the shipping lines have joined the bandwagon by having high delivery order fees, which follow skyrocket prices of imported or exported goods. Mr. Speaker, as a result of these negative economic practices and bureaucratic motives within our commerce, the nation is losing huge revenue to other countries where businesses have now found a more relieving solution by diverting their goods to these neighboring countries, such as the Republic of Guinea and Sierra Leone, where it is far much less stress-free and inexpensive to import or export goods. It is my ardent hope that this matter is taken into consideration and that plenary investigates the same, where the necessary action to be taken in order to cut the further loss of revenue and hike the price of local commodities, influenced by the aforesaid institutional supply chain bottlenecks. Please accept, Mr. Speaker, the assurances of my highest consideration. Respectfully yours, Honorable Austin Billy Taylor Senior, Representative Electoral District 3, County. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, also reading of a communication from Honorable Taylor of District 3, Milton County.
With the reading of the communication, what is your good and pleasure, Honorable Formula? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the communication from our colleague, I moved, if I can obtain a second, that the communication be moved to the committee contract monopoly, that they can be able to investigate and report to us in the next 2 weeks.
Second.
Yeah, this move and seconded that the communication be sent to contracts and monopoly. Are you ready to vote? Already, Honorable Johnson Williams.
I'll be ready to vote. The most respectfully accept the inclusion of the Committee on Commerce. I'll be ready to vote.
It's a lead.
To the movement. Reject. Are you ready to vote? Already. Honorable Williams, Anthony, Maryland County. Honorable Williams.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, are we ready to vote? If we can allow Mr. Austin Taylor to give us a little picture about the constraints, what I'm talking about for us. We just really constrained on the so I didn't give him 2 minutes or 3 minutes to give a clearer picture of how I'll be ready to vote.
We are professional. You go in here and we listen to the reading clearly. And if you the letter was sent, I saw it, I reject it. Are you ready to vote?
Honorable Deputy Speaker, to the movement. I will be ready to vote.
Come as a lead, come as a lead, come as a lead.
The communication that was read by our holy honor, Austin Taylor, he was being specific to import and export. So you see that I think it will be necessary if we accept the government of commerce.
So that was previously rejected. To the movement. To the movement. One of our experience, I saw reject. Honorable Barry information.
Distinguished colleagues, I want to inform this body that everything that has to do with importation of goods and services or exporting anything out of this country has to go through the Ministry of Commerce. I just want to make this information so that the movement can understand that
Information denied. The movement conscientiously is rejecting the Ministry of Commerce. You have put it on twice. He's rejected it twice. You want to try again? Okay, let's try it.
I will be ready to vote. Given the fact that this matter is seriously unclear, I will be ready to vote if your motion can be amended, please, to include maritime as well as commerce. You know what my recommendation is to maritime?
Listen to your readiness to vote. I will accept it in part and reject it in part. I will accept the answer I have to do with commerce and reject maritime. Are we ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed no. The communication is sent to the committees on contracts and the committee on commerce to report to us within a week. Next.
Honorable Councillor J. from Anti-Kofa Speaker, House of Representatives, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I present compliments and wish to inform you that I have been following the case involving Ambassador Julie Andy and Prophet Key. In that matter, Prophet Key made lots of threatening remarks and gave some revelations that made Julie Andy to sue him. However, Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, it is our responsibility to ensure peace reigns in our nation, and to do that, we seek to use our justice systems in resolving our differences. This was a process Ambassador Julie Andy followed by going to court. When someone uses the court, it means he or she does not want violence in settling the matter, or where there seem to be actions that are demeaning, disrespectful, and partial in the judgment, it leaves more room for confusion. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, information gathered is that the case was dropped without Giuliani's knowledge. As such, she has been running from point to point looking for solution, even to the point of petitioning the legislature to intervene. According to the information gathered from the court, someone in the high ups has mandated that the case be dropped, and so Prophet Key has been released without her prior knowledge. Let me be quick to remind all of us that in 2023, similar incident happened to me when my case against the House of Representatives was dropped without my knowledge. We cannot build a society that is peaceful if people start to marginalize other people on the basis of status or who they are, or who they know. In view of the above stated, I crave the indulgence of the plenary of the House to invite the Minister of Justice, who is the government's lawyer along with Ambassador Giuliani, to appear before the plenary of the Honorable House of Representatives to provide clarity on the battle between Ambassador Giuliani and Prophet Key, and why was it dropped from the court without the knowledge of the contending party. With sentiments of my highest respect, I remain sincerely yours, Honorable Yekewa Koluba, representative elected district of Swallow. Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, and also reading of the communication from your Honorable colleague, Yekewa Koluba, District 10, Montserrat.
Okay, having already sent similar petition to the Claims Committee on Claims on Petition, we'll take a motion on the way forward, Honorable Foko.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Having listened to my very distinct colleague, Honorable Yeke Koluba, one of the top talking representing the people of Liberia, of whom I'm well pleased. I look at the paper, Honorable Yeke Koluba being concerned about the well-being of the state, having seen the security implication, I move if I can obtain a second communication being read after listening to the first communication that was read and forwarded to the Committee on Petition, Claim and Petition. I move if I can obtain a second, that this communication, for the sake of expediency and the sake of tradition, I move if I can obtain a second, that this communication be forwarded to Claim and Petition and the Committee on Judiciary.
As we move and seconded that the communication be sent to the Committee on Claims and Petition and Judiciary, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye, opposed no. The communication is carried. But the chair will give information on this as it's going to the committee. Remember, plenary is not court. I have a lot of respect and admiration for Ambassador Giuliani. We do not have criminal libel laws in this country. Therefore, a remedy is a civil one, and that has not been denied to her. So as you do your investigation, please take into consideration those legal points. Next.
February 26th.
We get it.
Honorable J. Fanatico, First Speaker, House of Representatives, 55th Legislature, Cabinet Building. Dear Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I present compliments on the great people of District 2, Green County, and wish to bring to the attention of this august body an earnest content that is worth considering for our country and our constituents. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, community engagement in my constituency on the weekend at the Bee Mountain in Conjour. I see Conjour District 1 district. I took a keynote of the number of officers.
Honorable Priest Mensah, and delegation that just came in, it will be a good thing just to take a seat and listen to the reading of the communication. Yes. Please have your seat. Continue.
I took a keynote of a number of officers of the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Emergency Response Unit of the Liberia National Police personnel deployed at a company facility. Subsequently, on February 14, a group of peaceful citizens constellated at the company gate to peacefully express their disappointment in the company's management concerning the company's faithful, continuous bad legal attitude or pattern. Unfortunately, on the third day, our people were belaboured by the personnel of the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Emergency Response Unit. Honorable Speaker and distinguished colleagues, with the above advances, I write to request the indulgence of this honorable body for the immediate pullback of the Army and the ERU personnel from the company's facility and the community in Joe. Because our people need free movement and the Army need to be in the barrack, and that's amongst civilians. Additionally, I'm also urging your indulgence to look in the direction of inviting the head of the management of the company and the Armed Forces of Liberia with the Liberia National Police to formalize this August, to familiarize this August body with their demeanor against our people and to tell us the reasonable reasons for the presence of the officers or unit assigned at the Conjour Bee Mountain facilities. Thanks for your hearkening to my request. Best regards, Honorable Mohammed Dosi, Representative Electoral District 2, Breaking Mountain. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, Honorable ladies and gentlemen, that's the reading of the communication from the Honorable colleague, Honorable Mohammed Dosi.
With the reading of the communication from Honorable Dosi, what is your will and pleasure? Only two people participating in this, Honorable Humboldt. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I haven't listened to the reading of our colleague. I move that the communication be accepted and the opening of the commission be given at least 5 minutes to explain to us as to the matter before us. It has been moved and seconded that the communication be open for discussion with the proponent leading it. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed no. Honorable Dosi, you have 5 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, everybody, I'll go in the communication and share picture evidence to the August ballot.
You say not hear you. When you ain't vote for me to say not hear you, can call me to say not hear you. Don't call me down. Oh.
As we all aware of the armed forces being deployed
Commissioner,
Job,
take off on the floor. You fail, you don't go collect it. Even though they don't say in the past.
And you ask the question why the army is going in the army. He told us that the army is in Kinshasa doing a contract. The army in Kinshasa doing a contract. The Honorable Speaker, our fellow police, to see our national army be treated like a contractor for a private company. That's the reason I sent a picture of evidence for everyone of you to look at it. The AFL is now in Kinshasa doing hard labor work. That's a Turkish company with all equipment. The ERU also there doing the same. As you can see on the picture, the crane, the AFL crane, in Kinshasa on the highway, are working for the Turkish company, and the AFL personnel. AFL personnel here doing a hard work for the Turkish company. When I went in Kinshasa with my colleagues on recently past Sony, Honorable Benito Masabi, we saw armed men in Kinshasa among our people. And we begin to ask questions. Why you guys are here? And they get nothing to tell about the went there to protect the company against Liberia. It's frustrating that we see or we continue suppressing our people in the country against foreign investors. Investors in the country, they have only planning to say they are investors, but they are not. They came in the country to suppress us all over. If you go to Burma, the ERU is there protecting China Union. The same thing happening in the Mano oil plantation. The ERU is there protecting the Mano company. Mr. Speaker, federal police is compared to the Liberian people and the people of the country that we have hundreds of armed men among our citizens. We believe the arms are supposed to be in the battle, not among our citizens. And it is compared to the army. And the disgrace to the Liberian people, our army, in Kinshasa, are working for a Turkish company. And as we all know, few weeks back, the army wives were on the street. Because the mountain used the army for so many times and they was not able to pay the army. That led the army work to get on the street and demonstrate against the state. Federal police, IC, everyone else support, so we can immediately ask the army, the ERU, to withdraw from all concession area. And also IC plenary to invite army to staff, the management of the mountain, and the National Police Director to come here to tell us why the army is among our people. As also
Honorable Kane.
Honorable Speaker, co-principal, fellow colleagues. Let me begin by first appreciating Honorable Dozie for the communication and the splendid explanation he just gave. I think it's about time that all of us as lawmakers to take the concern of our people very seriously. And what he has just explained and the picture that he just showed is an indication that our people in district are having a serious problem. I would think it's about time. Judge already when the chief of staff came here, you, the chair, made it clear that it was wrong to get the army at the concessions. And I believe maybe they don't got the message right. I would think it is for us to do the needful. This time around to invite the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Defense to give
why the police and the army should be at zero concession era, so that in the wisdom of this benefit, we can ask them to withdraw these people from the concession era, and then so that our people will live in peace. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Well, they said that.
On the Deer Mountain. Deer Mountain has been an underground or dubious operation. Yes.
Oh, Chairman.
That will cause a great problem for this country. When people start dying from earthquake in Cape Town, the whole country will need to move. Yes, that's what they are doing. Their chemical has polluted the whole drinking water, running water in Cape Town, and there is no pump. They are not providing pump for the people. Dear Martin is really our problem. We want you people to know about this. Our problem, our people problem. Dear Martin is now getting scholarship, and they are not very schools. No health center. People getting sick and dying. There's no health. Dear Martin is not providing scholarship. They are not even making employment. They are just doing very high job. They go on the ground, sometimes they really get in that. No accountability. Those are the things that are happening in Cuba. It's very serious. Dear Martin is not providing any employment. The people are just doing very high for them. That's the kind of thing that goes on there. They went from our own district, except now they call Bangoma. Bangoma is over a deposit according to them. And they have decided to relocate the people. They have now relocated the people and they have started mining. They have started excavating. So, when these people rejected the money intended to be done in their town, they carry on people. That's when we saw it. Just one of the said, because we are moving together. Because it's happening in the country and our people are calling on us, they are greatly affected. So I'm asking this plenary to please come to our aid and take to come to our rescue. Please, we need a plenary to come to our rescue.
Yes, no, we're not ready for way forward. Honorable Flomo. Ambassador County. You'll be next. Honorable Flomo.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished police, I just want to inform you, Honorable, it is not only the military. The ERU has been assigned to a lot of companies in Liberia. In LAC, if you go to LAC, the Liberian Agricultural Company, you will see ERU based there. You go to where they have Beer Mountain, they used to have MIG, go now Beer Mountain, they have ERU there. The purpose of saying, China Union, ERU is there. The reason they send no people is to terrorize our people. Every day, ERU is in lack harassing the people. They have them posted at the gates, checking in bags, which of course is not good. The second thing is, I will be placing something on the floor about our labor law in this country. The labor law is giving room to a lot of companies in Liberia to exploit our country. I'm telling you, even the employees in this country, they get something now they go into, they say, what, contractor friend. It's intended to deny our citizens from retirement benefit in the future when they're old. But that will be coming on the floor. Thank you. That's all.
Honorable Banks. Next, after Honorable Blanks.
This problem is a very serious one. It is not affecting just one part of the country. I'm from district number 2, Grand Bassa. I have 21 mining concessions. Those 21, they are very active, and very soon will not have any ground to lay. They only want to exploit the citizen, they take what they want, and there is no redress. Drinking water, like my colleague just stated, is a major problem. They're cutting the laws, they're not planting anything for the future generation. Those are issues we have to bring up because this house is to take care of the future generation. If we don't do something here, we will lose our country like we're doing every minute. Thank you.
Honorable Tikwa.
Our Speaker, our Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, this beer mounting issue is becoming unbecoming. I've been following beer mounting, Kogoya, everything I see is protest. Beer mounting in Jolo, the military there killing our people. The police there harassing our people. I'm hearing that beer mounting is going to Riverside in my district. And I'm seeing here in plenary with all the kind of bad labor practices, I don't want beer mounting in my district. I'm serious about it, Honorable Speaker. We need a better company that will interact with our people. You cannot come to our country, you want our natural resources, and at the same time you disrespect us, and then you kill our people. I beg you, Honorable Speaker, I'm saying what I'm hearing because I heard that they took the equipment to Riverside. We don't have any information on their contract, their concession whatsoever. We heard that they are going for exploration. We already have a company that takes exploration within that local, and they can make use of the report. If government will allow them, they can take the mining concession and not exploration. We want the right thing to be done in our country. Our people have been left behind, our country has been left behind, and we will not tolerate more of that. I so submit, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Cooper. I'm not defending anyone. You said you heard. You said you heard. No, I didn't even know. I said you heard. Honorable Cooper.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, colleagues. Speaker, when I sit here and listen to the way our people are being treated at those various concession sites, my heart hurts me. The army, the armed forces of Liberia, their function is to guard the state, to guard the country's border, and to protect us from external aggression, and not to own some construction site or concession companies. I think our people, those people go there, and we are the ones who, we are literally the perpetrator of ourselves. We go there to safeguard foreign companies against our people. They come here, they ill-treat our people. All of those things they say they are going to do, they will not do them. And in order for the people subject to public ridicule. You go there to serve people, not from this country, against your own people. I think it's wrong. I think we should bring them here, both the ERU and the armed forces of Liberia, to question them. This is not about committee room again. If we have to do it in executive, we'll do it. But I would think that we should do it publicly so that Liberian people know what's unfolding, what the AFL is doing to our people. It's uncalled for. And we should not carry it to committee room again. I do not support this committee room, especially issues that they. It's
So because you don't like what she said, you will disturb her? We gave you the opportunity to express your disagreement. On your Cooper, you have the floor.
Issues of importing. This is literally an emergency issue. You have people every day protesting because of air treatment. And when they come here, we take it to committee room. We don't know how long it's going to take before it come up. The people out there looking, especially the direct representations that are in those districts, the people will say they're not doing anything. Not doing it comes here and goes somewhere else, and it's difficult to come back. So I ask your indulgence, Honorable Speaker, colleagues, to please invite those people here so we can question them. Thank you.
Honorable Nicholas Gay. Honorable Cooper, you surrender the mic.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Co-Presiding, distinguished colleagues.
Appropriately seated as the co-presiding.
Distinguished colleagues, we that our district fall within the concession area where these things are happening, we're going to take professional revenge also. As my colleagues rightly said, that the army is there to prevent us from extended aggression. But they have reduced themselves. I think the last time you flagged the issue that the army should evacuate from that place because it is not their function to guard concession terrain. Our extractive industry are getting depleted, and the gold that have been mined by beer mountain and exported out of Liberia is in billions, while our Liberian citizens are all employed. The post gave us 2 months, 3 month contracts to our people, and after the contract, they terminate the contract. And similar things are happening in the various concession areas in the jurisdiction of Liberia. And I want to also flag this, that in the other areas like the Aslan Metal Terrain, the Liberia Agricultural Company, the China Union, and BE Mountain, this area we need to have an open discussion and be frank with the people that our people are being treated in a disdainful manner and their rights are being trampled on. And the plan already to be addressed so that those people who are involved in the mining sector, like mines and energy ministers, also for these concessionaires were given a water contract for the people government to investigate that, and we need to invite those sectors that are involved in the plan so they can give us some information on it. Thank you very much.
Honorable Briggs Mensa.
You don't want to hold it too long.
Honorable Speaker, the issue about being mounted or other concession is one thing that if
This faith will not succeed in anything we need to look at things. Especially the ones who are looking at 54 about reviewing the concessions. Because all of the concessions coming with all of the same problems. That is why I was on concession committee and one person that did not sign the B-Martin agreement.
Thank you, sister.
Because the honor grant money we talking here, we brought the minister here before and the minister told us he gave the go ahead. In plain lyric front at that particular thing, they said it should be cancelled. It was never cancelled. B-Martin came here with a concession that they have the right that now they will have their own tanker and their terminal, their storage place. Jerry Abusa Belete has his own. And they will be having because some of them were for 4 years, 5 years, and they stay enjoying it. When you go to tour class, you see so-called Indian people sitting there. When you go to jetting that were just passed, you see so-called Indian people sitting there. When you go everywhere, almost speaker, deputy speaker, and distinguished police. Let's review the thing. It will not be business as usual. We sat there, we send the APN terminal to the executive for them to review. Today, our people still suffering from storage, huge amount. Nothing happened. We're holding the back away. We're talking all of the street talk. I hope your leadership will look at this, that these things be looked at collectively, that our people will start crying over speaker and deputy speaker, distinguished police. Thank you for the time.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the issue before this House is about the integrity of our August body. The issue is very grave to the point where you have concession companies quite across this country who have been net on complying with what they have signed up to. Few weeks ago, we brought the China Union. And the China Union issues was flared out, and it is before committee where they have acknowledged their failure. In the interest of time, is this on the B-Mountain?
I'm going to the B-Mountain.
Okay, can we wrap that up? I think it is already.
So, Mr. Speaker, the issue of B-Mountain is similar to that of China Union, where they have security apparatus then deployed to harass the peaceful citizens who will want to peacefully ask for their right. I think it is time for us to look at these concessions, and I heard yesterday that the GSC has considered auditing all concession companies in terms of compliance. I think it will make a lot of sense if this plan there was to invite the GSC and amend their strength to ensure that when that report is done, all of us as members of this August body can see such report. More than that,
the issues of inviting the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Defense, the Director of Police make a lot of sense, and we need to bring them here and give reason why they have police and army officials stationed on the property harassing our people. Mr. Speaker. It is trying to do things different in this country. You are here trying to.
You have no time left.
Honorable Speaker, fellow police, I think the beer bandit issue is very great, it's getting serious. And in my own thinking, Honorable Speaker, in your wisdom, we believe that we have various committees here that are responsible for such a things. So that we invite people here is good. But so that, Honorable Speaker, I will believe that sometimes you set up a committee to go for a fact-finding mission, to have a case on here, outside investigation, so that they can come back to us, so that we invite the people, we already got proof on there, and then we know exactly how to deal with such issues. I will believe that. We have a minister, we have a committee on national defense, we have a committee on national security, we have a committee on justice, and we have the SMR. If we can group those people to go for fact-finding mission, Honorable Speaker, to go and assess the area, and come back and give us the benefit for there, Honorable Speaker will take the idea. And we invite those people, it will be prudent, very prudent, for to take a decision on that. Thank you.
Honorable Musa Belete. No, after the attending.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Belete has the floor.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, my fellow colleagues. First, I just want us to clear certain things for clarity. These mining companies are not investment companies. They are exploitation companies. They are here to take something from us that will never get back. They did not bring anything that our company, so let's not call it an investment. So that's just clarification. The other point, Honorable Speaker, is that I think the Army, the Constitution is very clear that the Army cannot be deployed without the consent of the legislature. The Constitution is being violated. And therefore, I ask you to take charge of this, to make sure that I'm speaking to the Speaker, sir. No, I'm speaking to you, Honorable Speaker, I need your undivided attention. Honorable Speaker, you need to take charge of this and inform the executive. And direct the executive to withdraw the army from any post in this country where they have not been authorized to be. Our Constitution is very specific on what the army can do internally. And there is nothing prescribed for the army to do internally without the consent of the legislature. So let's deal with that. Another point I want to make is that almost all of the concessions have similar problems across the country. This is a legacy issue, Honorable Speaker. No matter how long you stay here or all of us stay here, one day we'll be out of here. You should take this issue, and there are several committees that have separate responsibility, but when you put them together, they can be able to deal with this thing holistically. Let's form the joint committee to review all of these concessions. Our people are suffering at all of the concession sites in this country. No exception. And we should do that and lay bare violations and take decision on behalf of our people. We are not here to defend the concession. We are here to defend our people. If care is not taken, especially by you as leader, to make sure that our people realize that we are looking after them. One day,
will be the best thing for us.
And that is not the best way to go, Honorable Speaker. So I urge this body to put not one committee, to put a joint committee together that will include the judiciary.
We'll get to you. We'll get to that when we get to that. Thank you. You love me, huh? Yeah, we're going inside here. Oh, we're going inside here.
It is a time of national security.
Honorable Sibo. I'm coming there. Honorable Sibo.
We cannot overemphasize the issues raised by Comrade from Cape Mount as it relates to how people are being treated by Army and ERU officers. And you piggyback on where vulnerability ended. The fact that we have value charity, I believe strongly with the Speaker, by the stroke of their pain, we can make a difference to ensure that we reverse the fact that armies are being deployed in these areas. My understanding from some of those people involving their concessions has been that they have some explosives that can only be dealt with by armed people. I said no. If you bring in an investment or you are doing execution, you must have the required human resource to be able to do your work. So that's the point, Mr. Speaker. I believe strongly that before the end of the week, you will take a decision so that that decision of army being placed at those places be safe. But one more point, Mr. Speaker, I want to make, and going back to honorability, Mr. Speaker, this issue of concessions and on those who have exploration companies, ranging from the Assembly Town, China Union, all of them, Mr. Speaker, let the record show today that not one of them have paid anything called tax in this country. When you do, again, quote me as I said, when you do exploration or you do investment of that nature and you pay royalties, you are only paying rate for the land. Taxes are paid on profits. And Mr. Speaker, for 18 years, more than 16 years now, in the case of Alexander, who invests up to $1 billion and don't make profit in 16 years, and still decides to invest in the make no sense. If you see the export information on B Mountain, you will know that on a weekly basis, the export of B Mountain is in excess of 3.5 million. On a weekly basis, in excess of 10 million. I'm telling you the minimum amount. But Mr. Speaker, B Mountain has not paid anything called tax in this country for all the time they've been here. As long as I do it. So Mr. Speaker, I will go along with our colleagues. I know we've done this before. And no results came about. No. We cannot go to do concession review. At the end of the day, the Liberian people are not benefiting. The folks in Cape Mount, and as D Mountain was paying their practicing taxes. But now, many other things should be happening there. So we call you again, your gavel, and I trust your ability to ensure that we'll not just review these concessions, but we'll also ensure that we're paying taxes they should have been paying. Because in most cases, what they do, they claim that they're not making profits, and they honor declare, and our Liberian people are being hurt. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Honorable Bintu Masale. Honorable Masale has the floor.
Let me just add on to the many views. Honorable Speaker, I was part of the trip left in Job. And when I went there, I myself, I saw the army people with arms. And I was scared. So if just me, a representative, would be scared of the armed people, There was so much about our people, my own man, like in the interior. What's so much about them? Every day, the people will have heart attacks and other issues. And as a local, according to the PFM law, section 2(3)(e), it says that so the of the 2008 National Defense Act, it says that the army people only get the right to come out when there's a state of emergency. So I will have a question of thank you for putting this in honorable speaker will fall on the defense, the army people and the ERA to come and probably send a letter for feedback of the army.
We'll take full comments and the way forward, Honorable Koshua. You after Honorable Koshua.
Let me first say thank you to our honorable colleagues from Liberia for bringing this issue. As many of our colleagues have stressed, this issue is not only the army, but with every other concession within the Republic. Mr. Speaker, when the AFL delegates came here to inform us of happenings surrounding the Flag Day and the resignation of the Chief of Staff, they made mention that the army that are assigned, the army officials that are assigned at B Mountain are being paid by B Mountain while they are on the salary of taxpayers. They are being paid $10 per person a day. $10 a person per day, while the government of Liberia through taxpayers are paying them. We see that as an infringement, and we need to further go into the investigation. And I want to also concur with Honorable Sibo that concession companies are not paying what is due to this country, and they are only exploiting us. Mr. Speaker, at Aslam Metal, inspectors from the Mines and Energy Ministry, they are not allowed to inspect whatever Aslam Metal is shipping out of Liberia. But rather, if they say we only mine 1 kilogram of iron ore today, it is that 1 kilogram. We don't have people to go inspect to verify if that amount is true. Whatever they say is what they do. And what our people will then record as intake to us. When they ship, they don't even have, we as a government, we don't have anything like scale or weigh bridge to weigh or scale whatever is being shipped out. Whatever the concession company report, whether it is in fact or not, it is what we take. I think we are losing a lot of revenue when it comes to these things, and we need to take seize of it so that we can start to realize the resources that are being exploited. Because when these things leave us, they are not being replenished. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the issue of bad labor practices at these concession companies, we need to address it. I'm a representative of a district that has 2 concessions, the Equatorial Palm Oil and that of the land concession. And these people are underpaying our people, and they are not even giving employment opportunities. Their housing facilities are way below the belt. And for every time we call these people into question them, the Bureau of Concession will go and start to shield them. I would think that as we are holding this discussion, whatever decision and plan there is, we should invite the Director General of the Bureau of Concession along with the Labor Minister to come and explain to us what exactly are they doing to address the issue of bad labor practices in media against our people at this very concession.
Honorable Down.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. I'd just like to say thank you to our Honorable who placed this communication on the floor. The issue of demounting is like the old age story of the Republic of Liberia. Many years ago, we heard some of our Liberians complaining about harassment in our area how they are treated as slaves. When they go and speak for their rights, they are beaten by managers of their institution. They may be wrong, but it is incumbent upon us as legislators to ensure the right thing is done. So I would like to agree with all of our colleagues here, and especially it is a priority of this government now. I heard the last time the President of the Republic of Liberia speak clearly about this issue of being mounted. Once it has to do with the survivability, the well-being of the Liberian people, it is key and it should be key on all of us agenda. And so for me, I would suggest, Mr. Speaker, that this plenary communicates with the entire being mounted management to hold all activities immediately until a decision is reached in the interest of the Liberian people. The people continue to cry, we must listen. They continue to complain about these things. We shouldn't overlook it until it degenerates into something else. So I just want to say thank you to our colleague who places communication on the floor, and I want to give a step of approval to this one. Thank you.
We have Honorable Young Flomo, and then we'll close out with Honorable Jones, with Honorable Manek Bishop.
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Kolova, we heard from you.
Distinguished colleagues, I think the issue raised is a cross-cutting issue when it comes to concession in Nigeria. But we need to take a look at ourselves as lawmakers and begin to look at and review some of the existing laws as to whether to take into consideration the welfare of our people as well as the sovereignty of this country. Our mineral resources are integral part of our sovereignty. Unfortunately, what I was there is we turn that portion of sovereignty over to the Constitution. So if the man comes and takes away your mountain, you don't even have a significant share in the operation. The man will not respect you and your people. That is what is happening in Liberia. We need to learn from best practices. In 1966, when Botswana became an independent country, all of the diamond mines were operated by companies that Botswana did not have share in. But before the first president can leave power, they have up to 75% share in every enrichment to mine their rich natural resources. So why are we giving ours out to the people? We sit here and cry after we have signed an agreement, we are given an incentive agreement. So if the people are crying, we are making them cry. So as lawmakers, once the thing has been flagged, we should begin to rethink and look at some of our existing laws and see how we can put in safeguards that will protect not just our people, but the sovereignty of this country.
Honorable Manek Bishop. Honorable Kolova is out of order. Honorable Manek Bishop.
Let me say a big thank you to the proponent of this letter requesting the mandate or the ERU removal from the Ginjal Mining Company. If we spoke about prosperity, we judge us as leaders, what we have, where are the indicators? The gold and diamond are given to us, people of Liberia, to develop our country. Are they not artificial storages built in other countries, ranging from all mines that is currently called John Leon, the LMC that is now Western Cluster, etc. If we should, as a nation, develop our country, it is our God-given inherent rights that our resources be used wisely. our brother, the PPD Department of Firestone was not put there because they needed security. Yes, they needed security, but they needed people to be on salary there, they needed employment. So every company should have a Department of Security that will allow the interference of national security that is being paid by the taxpayers' money. Why should the job don't have a security department? The military code of ethics would indicate, like our sister began to state, before the military is off the camp or off the barrack, there must be sufficient failure of the national police and other security apparatus, and it is a backup force. To have the national, our AFL, being in the mines and not even well dressed, with mufti by the army people and protecting tenders, protecting goods and diamonds. I think the outside world is not looking at us as a nation. Mr. Speaker, your gavel is important to be used now, that these security personnel be removed, that the job mining company have a security institution, train security personnel that will give employment right to the citizens of Grand Cayman County and beyond, so that department will be occupied by Liberian people, and at the end of the day, their wages or salary will be able to develop their country. Mr. Speaker, the decision to shut down the company, I think we must also look at the law alongside. It is better that we do an investigative observation by sending a team, let everyone has spoken, comprised of federal department of the legislature, and to move and do an RC, we call it in simple English, to provide information like our brother document footage evidences to indicate what he's saying, so that together when we're making a decision, we're not making a decision from their source, but from several sources of the legislature. And I think if we did that to change, like our brother was saying, it's preaching every time we cry, one there, it's always spoken now, action must be taken. Thank you, sir.
This matter is a grave one. That's why we allowed the extended debate on it. No. So this was put your letter on the floor. This was an issue that was written by B Mountain, and we allowed extended debate on it. The debate is now closed. Honorable Williams, the debate is now closed on the matter. Yes, where we are. We will entertain the people of River G letter on the floor. The record will show reflect. This issue, as the chair was saying before we advance, this issue is a grave one. That's why we allow the extended debate on it. Honorable Flomo, Honorable Koloba. That's why we allow the extended debate on it. I think one of the problems we as lawmakers have to recognize is garbage in, garbage out. We cannot continue to mortgage our resources to concessionaires in 2024 as we did in 1921. The plantation mentality of concessionaires that came in 1921 is what we still do today. you will get no other result out of it other than garden variety exploitation. We need to find a way to redo how we do concessions in this country. From GVL in the southeast to B Mountain in the west, our people are crying on the nature of these concessions and their attitudes, while in the meantime, the concessionaires are touting the fact that they are bringing great investments to our country. This is wrong. So, let me just say again, my issue also is that the deployment of the military to any concession site is unconstitutional. If we need to protect explosives, the concessionaire should pay for a special force within the police to train.
Labor, the committee on labor should actually be this because it is for people and two other committees.
Is that a multifaceted motion by everybody on the floor?
I'm here speaking for everybody today. And they are assisting me.
Okay.
And at least two other committees because the speaker has executive or mayor of the executive. So why are you yeah. And then I also want okay, yes, the committee on foreign affairs. Because we deal with foreign
I was so prepared that motion there. The chair did not recognize the
I would move on to be seconded that the speaker set up a specialized committee. Because there are so many committees involved. The speaker set up a specialized committee to vet and go to the report to plenary in the next 2 weeks. If I can be seconded.
We move and seconded our specialized committee set up. Are you ready to vote? Ready, Honorable Inshallah.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, to the movement, I will be ready to vote if you do the little amendment that this body is stopping immediate withdrawal of the armed forces from this concession. And for me, my concern is, like you said, based on the different issues that were discussed that involve human rights, scientific and environmental implications. I hear people talking about explosives. You don't need how many people to become explosives. You're talking about nitrogen and movement. And nothing you don't hear on it. So I will.
Is that an amendment?
Yeah. I was just saying. So my amendment is that if
body is company immediate withdrawal.
After listening to my qualified colleagues as it relates to the hydrocarbon, and so reject on ground that the committee that will be set up will come up with a report requesting plenary to withdraw the military from those concession areas.
Are you ready to vote?
Yes. Yes.
All those in favor? Already. I'll be ready to vote if this body, if the motion can include that the Auditor General be summoned before this House in keeping with the same matter to see whether or not he has prioritized for this year's agenda the issues of compliant audit for all of the concessions company in this country. Are you ready to vote? Yes. Already, Honorable Kane.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, so the movement, the communication that was placed before this August party is requesting that the plenary allow the withdrawal of the security apparatus from the concession site to allow free movement of our people. While it is true, Mr. Movement, that we will be ready to vote if you just allow the immediate withdrawal for the sake of the free movement of our people and the police, while the specialized committee do them the needful for our people. I'll be ready to vote if you accept that.
Oh, you don't accept or reject on his behalf, he has the mic.
The city goes on to whom the county representative is affected as well said.
Are you ready to vote? Yes. All those in favor say aye. Opposed no. We will set up the specialized committee. Okay, the chair, look, on the far left, okay? Trust the chair. We hold on, sir. Sir, I understand. We cannot direct the military to do anything. We will, plenary will write the president and ask for such withdrawal.
Direct.
The motion carries. We will set up the specialized committee on Thursday, and they will have a week to conduct preliminary investigation. Next, motion by extension. Next. Honorable Koloba, you do not have the floor. You are insisting today and very agitated for some reason. We advise that maybe you take a break outside, calm down, and come back in. We will not continue to allow you to disrupt your colleagues. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Next.
Dear Honorable Speaker, I bring you compliments and herewith submit this letter to the House of Representatives through your Honorable Office for consideration by this August board. This letter raises a crucial national issue blurring on the authority of the President of Liberia to order the General Auditing Commission to audit the Central Bank of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, on Wednesday, February 7, 2024, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph through a public radio announcement, directed the General Auditing Commission to conduct a comprehensive audit of 3 key government institutions, including the Central Bank of Liberia, for the last 6 years, 2018 to 2023. And report findings Mr. Speaker, to determine the legality of the President's public pronouncement, we have worked with a team of legal experts and done a detailed review of the following acts. 1. An act to repeal Chapter 53 of the Executive Law of 1972, and all amendments thereto replacing thereon the duties, functions, and responsibilities of the Auditor General and the General Auditing Commission approved December 22, 2014. 2. An amendment and restatement of the Public Financial Management Act of 2009 approved October 22, 2019. And 3. An amendment and restatement of the Act establishing the Central Bank of Liberia 1999 approved October 20, 2020. Mr. Speaker, based on the review of these acts, it has been established that the President of Liberia does not have the legal authority to order the GSE to audit the Central Bank of Liberia. 1. An act to repeal Chapter 53 of the Executive Law of 1972 and all amendments thereto, replacing thereon the duties, functions, and responsibilities of the Auditor General and the General Auditing Commission approved December 22, 2014. I. Definition. Audited entity means an organization, Central Bank of Liberia, banks with state equity program, activity, or function subject to audit by the General Auditing Commission. Aside the definition of quote-unquote audited entity as provided in this Act, there is no express provision in the Act that authorizes the President of Liberia to order the GSE to audit the Central Bank of Liberia. 2. Conflict with other laws. Beyond this point, Mr. Speaker, the CBL Act is clear regarding its supremacy in the case of a conflict with other laws. Section 60, conflict with other laws. Quote, in the event that the provisions of this Act conflict with those of other laws, then the provision of this Act related to the authority and function of the Central Bank and all other matters of monetary policies shall prevail, unquote. 3. Comprehensive audit. Section 2.1.3 duties. 1A. The Auditor General shall be the auditor of the public accounts and public funds of the Republic of Liberia. Subject to subsection B below, the Auditor General shall carry out such audits and inquiries as he or she considers necessary on public entities and funds owned or by the government to enable reporting as required by this Act. Mr. Speaker, the CBL holds the accounts of several international organizations, foreign embassies, and commercial banks in Nigeria. The President's order for a quote-unquote comprehensive audit means that financial dealings of all international organizations, foreign embassies, and commercial banks not connected with the finances of the government of Liberia are subject to review. This is contrary to the Act establishing the GSE, which authorizes the Auditor General to audit quote-unquote public accounts and public funds of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, bank transactions and financial dealings are subject to rigid confidentiality and the unreasonable disclosure as a result of the President's order of quote-unquote comprehensive audit opens the CBL in Liberia to potential litigation and confidence crisis with our partners. 4. GSE Act confines audit to GOL annual consolidated statements. B. Notwithstanding the generality of subsection A of this section, quote-unquote, the Auditor General shall carry out the annual audit of the government's annual consolidated financial statements. Mr. Speaker, the GSE Act restricts the Commission to the audit of government consolidated financial statements as read in the section above, and that the President's order for a comprehensive audit is contrary to the GSE Act. 2. The amendment and restatement of the Public Financial Management Act of 2009, approved October 22, 2019, definition, quote unquote, agency of government or government agency includes every ministry, independent establishment, division, borough, board, commission, institution, authority, organization of the government, including counties, cities, towns, villages, and other local authorities, or political or governmental subdivisions of the Republic of Liberia, except the Central Bank of Liberia, which specific roles and functions are defined in this Act and the Act creating the Central Bank of Liberia. Quote unquote, central government. For the purpose of this Act, central government means the collective institution of the government of the Republic of Liberia, except the Central Bank of Liberia, which specific roles and functions are defined in this Act, and the creating of the Central Bank of Liberia. The definition in this PFM Act clearly exempts the CBL as a quote-unquote agency of government and as part of central government. As stated in the law, the CBL's role and functions are clearly outlined in the PFM Act. The review does not indicate any authority of the President to order the GSE to audit the CBL. 3. An amendment and restatement of the Act establishing the Central Bank of Liberia, 1999, approved October 2020, Central Bank Autonomy. Part 2. Establishment of the Central Bank of Liberia, Section 4, Autonomy of the Central Bank. Section 1. Quote, in pursuit of its objectives and the performance of its functions, the Central Bank of Liberia shall be autonomous and accountable as provided for in this Act. Meanwhile, considering the legislature has an oversight function, the Central Bank of Liberia shall be accountable to it. Section 3. Quote, the Central Bank of Liberia shall appear twice before the Joint Committee on Banking and Currency of both houses. The first of such appearances shall be in February and the second in July of every year, and once before the separate plenaries of the House of Representatives and the Senate in August of each year. CBL takes order from no other person or government entity. Part 2, Section 4, subsection 2. State that, quote, subject to constitutional requirements, the Central Bank and its governance, officers and staff shall not take or seek to take instructions from any persons or entity, including government entities, in the exercise of their functions. Unquote. Audit as a function of the CBL. Audit as a function of the CBL. Part 12. Internal and external audits. Section 54, 56, and 57 of the CBL Act already vest in the Chief Internal Audit, Chief Internal Auditor, External Auditor, and the Audit Committee the duties to conduct audits of the CBL. Section 54, Internal Audit. A. Performing periodic audits of the administration and operation of the Central Bank. B. Quote, preparing and submitting to the Board of Governors whatever deemed appropriate by the Audit Committee, but at least once every quarter, reports and recommendations regarding the financial statements and records, the budgetary and accounting procedures, the risk management and other controls implemented by the Central Bank the efficiency, and cost effectiveness of which the central bank operates, and any other value with interest confidence and areas of making recommendations to the audit committee and the board of governors on procedures and practices for proper risk management, and once such procedures and practices have been instituted, monitoring their implementation and reviewing their effectiveness on a continuing basis. Section 56, the standard audit. 1. Quote, the accounts, records, and financial statements of the central bank shall at least once a year be audited in accordance with the international standards on auditing by independent external auditors who shall be of good repute and have recognized international experience in auditing of major international financial institutions. Unquote. 2. The Board of Governors shall appoint the external auditors by the proposal from the Audit Committee. 3. The external auditor shall report to the Audit Committee on key matters arising from the audit, and in particular on material weaknesses in internal controls related to the financial reporting process. 4. The external auditor shall have full power to examine all books and accounts of the central bank.
I think we need to listen to Honorable Koloba. When he's done, then we can continue. Yeah, just tell me the floor. Sorry.
But Speaker, why you not put the man outside? You scared of the man? Why the man go outside?
We owe a certain degree of deference to the members, and we ask that you return that to us, please. I'm not going to ask nobody to pay us out. But Honorable, it's his communication. It's his privilege. He has a right to do that.
Thank you. I concur with you.
Proceed.
Nobody will complain with
And obtain all information about this transaction. Section 57, Audit Committee. Quote, the Board of Governors shall appoint an audit committee. Quote. 3.2. The audit committee's responsibility shall include A. Overseeing the internal audit function. B. Recommending the appointment of external auditors and the scope of external audits and other services. C. Monitoring compliance by the central bank's department with findings and recommendations issued by the chief internal auditor. And D. Overseeing a system of internal controls and risk management. The President's order for a comprehensive audit of the CBL is contrary to the CBL Act because the CBL Act provides a specific measure of how the CBL can be audited aside the GSC audit. The law also provides that, quote unquote, the central bank and its governance officers and staff shall not take or seek to take instructions from any person or entity, including government entities, in the exercise of their function. It is my view, Mr. Speaker, that this House invites the legal advisor to the President to let us know who is advising the President of Liberia in making these erroneous legal decisions. Yours in public service, Honorable Frank Safogo Jr. Mr. Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, I also read the communication from the Honorable Colleague of District 9, Mrs.
Having read the communication from the Honorable Mayor concerning certain matters relating to the audit of the Central Bank, what is your will and pleasure, Honorable Sigo?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, colleagues. Having listened to the very exhaustive